items. Show it to us on the Zoom screen and tell us why you selected that particular item. Okay. Are we all ready? Can I have a thumbs up? The reaction thumbs up. Thank you. So the first item I need all of you to go and find is something blue. I think I saw Rohidas pick up something. Rohidas, please unmute and tell us why did you select that particular blue item?
This is the Johnson's buds earbuds. It was just lying beside me. Something that gives soothing feeling to my ears. Just found that.
Thank you, Rohidas. Okay, on to the next item that I want you guys to figure out. Something that makes you smile. Anybody? Anything that makes you smile. I saw Dheeraj with the laughing Buddha. Dheeraj, why that one?
Because it was on my table and it's always smiling. And it is said that if it is on table, it brings good fortune, positive fortune.
Thank you so much, Dheeraj. Okay. Now this is interesting. I want you to get me a kitchen utensil. Any kitchen utensil. Oh, there's Sakshi. Okay, Sakshi.
What is there, Sakshi? Potato?
Sakshi, everybody can see
we
the
cannot
utensil.
see.
Yes, this is okay. This is bowl. This is a glass, and I also have this lota as well.
Sakshi, are you sitting in your drawing room or are you sitting in the kitchen?
Almost the same. I'm eating jamun, so uske beej hai isme. And I like to have water near me.
Okay, now the last one. Anything that begins with the first letter of your name. There, Parita. That was really quick. What is it that you have, Parita?
Pen, Libby. That's a pen that I usually hold when sessions are on and I keep on writing my notes.
Good. After Parita writes down the notes, we will all ask her to share a copy of that with us.
Done. Perfect.
Thank you, all of you, for playing along. I hope we are all wide awake now, so that we can start our education session. So, Toastmasters and guests, today we're going to meet someone who has more titles than a Netflix library. This person is a 3 times distinguished Toastmaster, a 6-time district finalist, and a 3-time district level podium finisher in speech contest. And what his crowning glory is? He is the District 98 International Speech Contest Champion of 2022. Now, professionally, he has worn more hats than we can see in a hat shop, from software development to data analytics, and now he's making waves in the learning and development and e-learning space. Recently, he got married and has kind of done an injustice to his name Akella, renowned for his painfully poorly planned puns, his unparalleled gossip mongering skills, and ability to dish parties. I mean, he specifically told me all these qualities. He says his life-changing moment was when he joined Agnel Toastmasters Club in February 2017. In fact, we at Agnel consider Santosh as one of our members even now. So without further ado, let me introduce the presenter for today, distinguished Toastmaster Santosh Akella.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, Libby. I think you woke up everyone, and I hope that I won't put them back to sleep. So let's get started with this session. It feels so great to be here. I feel so emotional as of now. And let's get started. Before this, let me ask you one question. How many of you have actually participated in Tall Tales before this? Ron has done it. Ron has done everything. How many of you heard about Tall Tales? Awesome. How many of you have witnessed a Tall Tales contest? Oh, wow, Rohidas, you have witnessed it. Awesome. Let me share my screen and share with you the presentation I have for today. I think you can see my screen.
Yes.
Yes.
1 second. See, these are the problems with the Zoom. Using Zoom after a long time. Hide presenter view. Now this is sorted. Yes. Okay. So let's get started. So I have put the date. Okay. One thing before we start, as every other session presenter would say, I'd like this meeting to be absolutely interactive. So that means that you can use the chat box. I hope you all know where the chat box is, right? Put yes in the chat box. I need at least 17 yeses in the chat box now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, awesome. That's fine. Now you can see my slide. This is Agnel Toastmasters. And this is 8th of June. Normally I change this date to ensure that the VP educations will feel I have prepared for this session. Okay, I'm joking. I've actually prepared for the session. What are we going to see? This is what we want to do, right? How to grow taller overnight. This is what I was asked to do. No, not this. Don't get scared. This is about how to tell stories like a child. What is that music? In the chat box, or you can unmute.
Marching.
Cartoon
Mouse.
music.
Cartoon. Which
Popeye,
cartoon?
Popeye the Sailor.
Popeye the Sailor Man. Right? Now, why did I use that music?
Because we would have heard it
Mm-hmm.
In
in our childhood.
Popeye, he eats spinach and then he gets superpowers. And
It's
there's
a
some
childhood
unbelievable thing.
memories.
Okay, childhood memory. Eats spinach and gets superpower.
Nostalgia.
Okay, let's park this aside. I will use this during the session. Now, moving on. Let's look at what is not a tall tale. See, I'm a huge fan of this Vernon Martin dictionary. How many of you heard of this? Vernon Martin dictionary,
Yes, I've heard of it.
right?
Yes.
What is so popular about it? It first says what is not right, and then it teaches us what is right. We have these words that are struck off in the dictionary that says this is not how you read it, but this is how you read it. So that is exactly what I wanted to do, to tell you what is not a tall tale. Tall tale is not a stand-up comedy. Tall tale is not a humorous skit or a humorous speech, or neither tall tale is a story where you'll just say lies and lies and lies. Let me give you an example. Now I'm going back to that music, Popeye the Sailor Man. Now, the fact is that if you eat spinach, it gives us a lot of energy, minerals, vitamins, and everything. But how in this world we get instant biceps after eating spinach? We will not get. Agreed? But how did that make us feel fascinated? How did that made me use that music even after say 20, 30 years of watching it? Don't try to guess my age now. It's because there is an idea that has been exaggerated. But that is not a lie. That is not a humorous skit. That is not a stand-up comedy. If you see this show, the cartoon Popeye the Sailor Man, it's not any of them, right? But what is it? This is what is a tall tale. A tall tale speech must be a highly exaggerated, improbable nature and have a theme or a plot. Now let's go back to that music again, Popeye the Sailor Man. Does that have a plot? Yes. In each and every episode of that cartoon, there is a problem to which the hero stands up. Is it highly exaggerated? Yes. Because Popeye, the protagonist in that story, drinks or eats the spinach and then he gets instant muscles. It's improbable. Now, humor and props are a part of a tall tale. They can be used. These lines are exactly from the contest rulebook. Let me take you further into this so that you get an understanding. What does this mean? It means that we can create exaggerations with twists and turns. And of course, there should be a plot. That means even a tall tale or, for instance, any speech can have or might have a subtle, small, good message inside it. I did not think about anything, but let me think about one instance. Okay. Mm, Before this meeting, I was showing those lucky people like Libby, Dharmesh, who have joined before everyone when we were only 4 or 5 people. I have just shifted my house. And this is the third house that I have changed in the last 2 years. Now, how can I convert this into a tall tale? Now, even if we have a own house or we don't have a own house, or some people have an own house and we stay in a rented apartment, we all know for a reason all the pains associated with renting or changing houses. Agreed? If you agree with me, type agree in the chat box. Agree in the chat box. Exactly. Now, how can I make a tall tale out of this? This is something that has happened with me just now. I've just moved into this new house. How can I make a tall tale out of this? Out of a house hunting experience, I quickly have 4 to 5 ideas that I can take up. Now, listen to this carefully because this will help you build your tall tale very carefully. I am taking a very common scenario, which is changing a house. And what I'm doing to that is I'm adding my imagination and presenting my story with lots of exaggerations, twists, and turns. Let's look at it. I will start by saying that I had to change my house. And it's so cheap because I don't have to sell both of my kidneys. I have to sell only one kidney. And to get or to pay the deposit amount, I went to a hospital to donate my kidney. And even to donate my kidney, I required some capital. So I went to a bank asking for a loan to donate my kidney. The bank person rejected the loan. So I told that bank guy, why are you rejecting my loan? I need to sell my kidney. No, I'm building this up or making this up right now. But the point of exaggeration here is that the house rents are soaring so much that it's as if we have to sell our kidneys, right? The real estate part of it. So this is the exaggeration. Normal story. Instead of saying the rents have become so much 50,000, 60,000, I am saying I had to sell my kidney and I'm taking it to different places, maybe to the hospital. What happened in the hospital? Maybe they have taken out my liver instead of kidney, or maybe they have taken out my eye instead of kidney, whatsoever. I can make up my story. And towards the end, what is the message? The message is, if you want to get out of all these hardships, get your own house. It's important an emotional connection that you build. Now, this is a very simple instance that happened with me in the last 2 years that I can exaggerate and present it in my own way in the form of a tall tale. Now, what I want each one of you to do is close your eyes, think about some pattern that has happened in your life in the last 2 years, and then write it on a piece of paper, or you can also put that in the chat box. In fact, I would invite one person to share one experience that has happened with him or her, and then tell the exaggerated point of view for that one incident. So I'll give you, it's 5:22 now. I'll give you 2 minutes, 5:24. I'll pause till then. Let's do it. You're clear about what to do, right? Okay, who is gonna share the story? Who is going to share the story? Parita.
Okay, hi. I don't know whether this is right or wrong, but am I audible for first
Yes,
and
you are
foremost?
audible. Yes, you are
Yeah,
audible.
so as you said, consistent thing that has been happening in last 2 years is something that I felt the time is running. Okay, and it felt like I was running as the fastest animal on the earth. Not the cheetah is the fastest animal, but I am the fastest animal because from 38 years I changed. I turned into 40, got into fabulous 40. My daughter completed her schooling with a blink of her eye, like she passed her 10th grade in no time, it felt like. And last year, probably, I had attended eloquence in the month of May, and this year again I attended the eloquence, which was like a dream come true. I could write only that much.
Awesome.
Thank you.
So, okay. Okay. That's a great take. Anyone else who would like to share? Shine, Shailesh, Ruchi, Vaibhav, Rohidas. Dharmesh. You can just feel free to share it. There is no right or wrong. Sakshi, would you like to share?
Haven't thought of anything.
Hmm? You can share something about that, what you are eating, that
Jamun.
jamun. Yeah. Okay, don't become a food blogger and say that I made jamun noodles. Leave it. Sorry for my PJ.
Okay.
So, okay, now coming to Parita's topic, which is running fast. I'm not like that. I mean, I'll just take my take on that. In fact, that's a very good topic. Mm, cheetah is one element of exaggeration which is there. To add more to that, you can say probably something like, I mean, if I were you, it's to give you some ideas, some case in point. Okay, I have already shared one case in point about my house shifting experience. Now, this is one more experience which is there. The timing running so fast. Now, what happens when time runs so fast? At least for me, I only remember seeing SRK, Shah Rukh Khan, running behind the train, but now he's probably slowly limping behind the train because he has become so old. I only remember calling Mukesh Ambani as the Mota Bhai. Now I also call his son, what is his name? Anant Ambani as Mota Bhai. Now that's these all signify that time is which say that time is running so fast. I hope you got me. I don't think I didn't get any network drop, right?
I got it. I mean, I got the
Yeah,
picture.
awesome. Great. So this is how you use it. Now let's move further. Now these are some of those movies. I'll be sharing this presentation with you. These are some of the movies that you can watch to get some idea. Most of us must have watched this, either Winter's Tale or The Dolphin Tale. How many of you watched any of these movies? Is there anyone who has watched one of these movies? Okay, then you can just Google them and watch at least one or two movies. You'll get some idea. Okay, so I just wanted to present them. And then, in a nutshell, now, okay, now let me ask this. Dharmesh, what do you think is a tall tale now? What is your understanding of a tall tale?
I mean, any story which you exaggerate and tell, that is
Plus,
a term.
and
It should
also,
have characters, it should have some plot characters, and the way should be such that it should be engaging and some exaggeration. Like, see, if a South Indian movie, the hero, his entry, how they come, he fights with 10 people. So that is exaggerated, but we still like that thing. So that is something like a tall tale.
absolutely. And it should also have some small message.
Okay.
Now, what is a tall tale? It's a normal story into 100. You're just exaggerating it. Now, eligibility and timing. Coming to this, any member of the club in good standing can take part in this. This is one of the most important things because I know many people who would just give a 5 to 7 minute speech. But please, please, please remember This is only for 3 to 5 minutes. That's it. 3 to 5 minutes. The speech should be at least for 2.5 minutes or at most 5.5 minutes. At 3 minutes, you will see green, 4 minutes yellow, and red at 5 minutes. This looks so simple. This looks so simple. Like, is this something that should be discussed? But I have seen at least 10 to 15 tall tale contests till now, and many people end up being timed out just because all of our speeches are for 5 to 7 minutes, and they just write a 5 to 7 minute speech and come. So just make a note of this. Now, one more example to emphasize the point. This is a normal cowboy in a normal story. This is Tacos Bill. Again, this is a cartoon character. But tell me something. What is the difference between a normal cowboy and a Pecos Bill?
Pecos Bill seems to have a snake instead of the rope. He uses the
Right,
snake as a rope.
right. Sangeeta Shruti. Any other difference that you can see between them, between both of them, a normal cowboy and a Pecos Bill?
A normal cowboy seems to be riding a horse somewhere, where a Pecos Bill seems to be seeing something as if he can reach there on foot itself without the horse.
Hmm. A normal cowboy has the sandstorm. Normal cowboy has this dust rise up, whereas Pecos Bill have a sandstorm itself directly. So these are some of the differences that you can see. Again, these are some other popular tall tale characters that you can probably Google and see their characterizations to understand what is there with them. If you see, they are normal people. Even Pecos Bill is a cowboy, the other person is also a cowboy, but the attributes or the way they conduct themselves differs. If I say I have to travel from Mumbai to Pune in a train, it's a normal story. If I say I ran from Mumbai to Pune in 1 hour or 1.5 hours, 1.5 hours, or maybe 2 hours, it's a tall tale. If I say I ran from Mumbai to Pune in 1 minute, it's stupidity. Okay. We have to have that thin line of difference. Why I am saying that is this is important again. We should not exaggerate it so much that it becomes completely unbelievable or nonsensical. So that difference should be maintained. Now, tall tale made easy, as I was saying, a character with extraordinary abilities and a specific goal. Now, in my case of hunting a house, my goal was to find a house that my wife will like, right? Now, the character is me. Extraordinary abilities are finding house hunting skills using no broker or magic bricks or whatsoever, and how I solve that problem in a humorous way. Now, one more thing that happened with me was my owner has given me a 12-page agreement, rental agreement. On an average, a rental agreement is 6 to 7 pages, right? I was wondering whether he's actually renting me a house or inheriting his entire property to me. Now, these are the exaggerations that we have to use. In fact, he gave me a 5-pager agreement. In Hyderabad, the standard is 2 pages. So I just exaggerated it to 12 pages. If I say he gave me 1,000-pager agreement, that looks again a bit too overboarded. Well, let's see the ballot. If you see the ballot, it's almost the same. Speech development, speech techniques, physical, voice, and appropriateness. Speech development, make an engaging and simple story plot. create a built-up in your story to a climax. Speech techniques use exaggeration, irony, pun, surprise twists, humor, and slapstick. I will discuss all these points in the next slides. Physical, there is a Pathways project on body language. You can refer to that. Voice, again, you can refer to that. Don't yell at the audience. Appropriateness, again, there are Pathways projects. Again, these I'll be pointing you to in the next slide. And then paint a picture in the minds of audience with your words. These are some of the projects. Connect with storytelling, using descriptive language, effective body language, understanding vocal variety, knowing your sense of humor, connecting with the audience. These are some of these projects that help you to get a grasp of a tall tale. Lots of exaggeration, use that in your narration and dialogues. I can normally say it rained heavily while going to work. It was raining cats and dogs as I was going to work. No, this is using rhetorical devices. This is not still a tall tale. It rained so much that I had to swim to work. This is exaggeration. Now I'd request Swaroop to give an example for an exaggeration.
Thanks, Santosh, for choosing me. All of a sudden, I'm completely out of any idea. No mind, but let me try.
Okay, I'll tell you. You're out of all the ideas, right? You can make an exaggeration of that. That you're not able to think. Make it.
Okay, so it was so sudden that I just I forgot my name, so I don't have. So
Awesome.
that
Awesome.
I knew, yeah.
Yes. That's what is exaggeration. And then irony. Irony is expression of one's meaning by using language that normally signifies the opposite. For example, the fire station burned down. The police station got robbed. The fish drowned. Libby, give one example of irony that you can think of.
The VP could not get a speech slot.
Awesome. That's nice. Now let's move to pun. Pun is a joke based on the interplay of homophones. Homophones are the words with same pronunciation but different meanings. It can also play with words that sound similar but not exactly the same. The tallest building in the town is the library. It has thousands of stories. I dropped an electron somewhere. Are you sure? Yes, I am positive. Now I want my favorite pun master Ron to give one pun if Ron is there in the meeting. Oh, Ron is not there, I think. It's fine. Uh, Rohidas, you want to try one
Yeah.
pun? Yeah.
Yeah. Um, I just forgot. It was something I read somewhere. Avoid plastic, use smile instead. And don't use plastic smile. So it was
Awesome.
a little bit sarcastic way.
Awesome. Use surprise twists. For example, he used his mobile phone as remote and played music on the stage. Change is inevitable except for a vending machine because vending machine never gives us our change. Sometimes it takes the money and doesn't give anything. Where there is a will, I want to be in it. What is that will? The will that people write, old people write. And then slapstick humor. Slapstick is that kind of humor that we see mostly in Bollywood. Jumping, going here, there, collisions, embarrassing moments, events, all those things. So try to use all these things. Making your facial expressions, all these things can be under slapstick humor. These are some tall tale speeches samples. You can refer to them. You can also refer to Google, as I mentioned there proudly. Let's do an activity now. I will share one video of a tall tale, and I want you all to make observations from it. Are you ready? Awesome.
Yes.
A very strange thing happened to me recently. I went to the gym. But the strange thing was that my mother was already there. And she was bench pressing 100 kgs. Hi Shubham. This woman cannot be my mother. My mother cannot lift 100 kgs. But then this lady spoke. She actually screamed at the gym trainer to put all the dumbbells back on the weight rack. In the same way that my mother yells at me to put all the water bottles back into the fridge. This must be my mother. But then I got really angry. If my mother can lift 100 kgs, then why does she always makes me get the gas cylinder from the front door to the kitchen? Do you know how awkward this is? So I confronted my mother. Mommy, what is this? She said, Shivam, I have to make a confession that I am actually an alien from Venus who has come on Earth for a mission. Wow, what are you saying? This is so unbelievable. Shivam, you are at a tall tales contest. People believe all kinds of nonsense over there. Then I thought something. That in the movie Koi Mil Gaya, Jadoo helped dumb Ritik get Preeti Zinta. Mummy, can you get me a girlfriend? Shivam, I am from Venus and I have superpowers. But I cannot do impossible things. Even at tall tale contest, you cannot exaggerate this much. And even your father couldn't get a girlfriend. I married him just for human experiments. Then tell me, why did you come on Earth, Ma? Okay. I came on Earth to make Toastmasters great again. Now you all tell me, what is harder than talking to a beautiful girl? Table topics, right? I, Shivam's mother, will be becoming Toastmasters International's president next year. And I will implement a rule. Every time a table topics speaker comes up on the stage, he will be given a shot of rum. The rum will of course be Old Monk to keep the expenses low. What is my mother saying? Is she drunk on Old Monk? I was super shocked. Then I told this to my father. He was shell shocked. Shivam, I should have figured this, known this for many years. Why would a beautiful woman like your mother so easily marry me? By the way, son, I also have a confession to make. I am actually an alien from Mars. What are you saying, Papa? Am I the only human being in this family of aliens? And at least tell me that I have some superpowers. Yeah, about that, sir. I learned that your mother is from Venus. So her superpowers from Venus and my superpowers from Mars actually cancel each other out. So you are just an ordinary human being. Why does this always happen to me? At least tell me you have a spaceship. Yeah, about that, sir. Actually, Rakesh Roshan took it for me for shooting Koi Mil Gaya. But then he broke the spaceship. I told him to make the spaceship go up, you just have to pull the lever. But he had watched Manoj Vasudevan's speech. So he pulled less and bent more. Sudden moment happened and I woke up. Was that just a dream? How was that just a dream? I'm ordinary. So I ran to the kitchen and I saw that my mother was just simply rolling rotis instead of weights. Peeked into the living room. My father was just reading newspaper. Okay, thank God I'm ordinary. Then but somebody came on the door and rang our doorbell. Opened the gate and there was Rakesh Roshan over there with a broken lever in his hands. Thank you for listening. Over to the contest.
How did you find that?
Was very engaging,
Engaging.
humorous.
Share your observations from that. Like, what did you observe?
He used the adage men are from Mars and women are from Venus to in an exaggerated manner, making them aliens and things like that. So
Right. Now, I again invite one of you to share a recent experience of yours that you think that you can convert into a tall tale and share that. Some ideas, 1 to 2 ideas.
Okay, so I can share one of the
Sure,
incident I
Dheeraj.
need to do.
Yeah.
So I need to leave my house and shift to a new house. And I'm leaving because, elections are over and Modi ji will be getting a new house to stay. So he will be shifting, so I have to leave. This is one thing I can relate to this.
Nice. Any others? Shine or Rohidas or Swaroop, Vaibhav, Ruchi, Padma, Pani, Soham, Dhaval. Share any idea. Take any simple idea and make it exaggerated.
So Santosh, recently what happened that it was my uh, team dinner and we all the team member has to go out for having dinner. And I mean, I don't know what came in my mind, and I ordered crab, and it was really very fun. Though it was really tasty to it, but it was so humorous. Everyone laughing at me while watching me eating that crab because they didn't provide me the cracker, so it was like I had to fight. I have to fight with the devil to finish it. That is something that I feel that I can make it, create some exaggeration that I can make a tall story.
Right. In fact, you can title it as Eat That Crab instead of Eat That Frog. And then you can speak about, I mean, yeah, the moment you said team dinner, I thought, Swaroop, you are in the right track because that is how we have to think. And this is actually a beautiful topic. I went to a team dinner, I think before a month, and it was a place named 63 Degree. They have 63 variety of food. And one colleague actually came to me and told me that, you know what, I did not have my lunch. Now what we can do is you can actually eat that crab, take 3 types of people. Someone who is so diet conscious that even in a 63 course buffet, they would only have salads. Or you have been seeing these videos, right, by Dr. Pal Manikam, counting calories, fiber, gut. all those things. One character. Second character does not eat for a week before the team dinner and comes there directly. The third character is you, who has ordered a crab, and you have a story. The beauty of Tall Tale is it is only for 3 to 5 minutes. And once you get one topic like that, that beautiful topic that you have got today, you can easily build a plot around it. Now, what would be the message of this story? Eat cautiously. So something like that. Any other ideas? This is a great idea. Thank you, Swaroop. Team dinner is one idea. Anything else?
What about travel in Mumbai locals?
Yeah, that can be a topic. Traveling in Mumbai locals. How you can get a free sandwich massage without going to Thailand, or without booking an urban company or urban club.
Yeah, I was thinking in terms that I was low on budget. My salary is over. There's time for the first of the next month to come in. So I decided to take a Mumbai.
Local
Yeah,
without
something
ticket.
like that.
Without ticket. Right? First class local without ticket. That would be exaggerating. And in fact, you have to say that it was so crowded I had to
I was
jump on top
escorted
of the
inside.
local.
I
No,
was
you have,
I was
no,
escorted inside by the people pushing in behind me.
right. You can get escorted inside, or you can even climb on
escorted
top of
outside.
the roof of the local train and then just sit there like Spider-Man and going all these things you have to do. Exaggerate it a bit. Hold it tightly and then just sit there, wait for your station, and then it starts raining. All those things. Yeah, that's a great topic.
Probably you don't have anything to stand.
Mahesh, you're muted somehow.
Mahesh, you're on mute.
Yeah. Yeah, please
Audible?
share, Mahesh. Yeah.
Yeah, so probably because the trains are so crowded during peak hours, you don't have anything to stand, and your poster automatically gets transformed into a Filmfare award.
Hmm.
You get really bored by the slow pace of the train, and you call Modi ji.
You're
Hmm.
gone on mute again, Mahesh.
I think he's on his phone and he's getting a call. Hmm. Yeah, Mahesh. That's a great take.
So something like that, and I call up Modi ji, tell him about that, and he immediately initiates the bullet train project. But I said it will take time, so probably till that time, maybe I'll buy an aeroplane or something like that, exaggerated.
Right.
Or just to add, to make the journey faster, I'll come out of my compartment and move and ask the motorman to be aside. Let me ride the train now and make it quicker.
Hmm.
This is
Awesome.
interesting.
I am loving this now. Everyone is contributing. One more topic.
Everybody has gotten onto the Mumbai local train.
Yes. You can make on food.
How
Food
about
is.
how
Hmm.
about
How about
Mumbai rickshaws, where it is difficult to get an auto rickshaw and you have to, I don't know, ask 100 people, 100 auto rickshaws before you get onto one, and then exaggerate on that, saying that the guy stops at a petrol pump, but something.
Yeah, you can do that. I got rejected by more auto rickshaw walas than girls. Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah, one more topic.
Okay.
So potholes on Mumbai monsoon.
Hmm?
Potholes on road during Mumbai monsoon.
Yeah, right.
I also thought of something. So
Hmm.
basically the heat, right? It's so hot.
Humidity.
So, it's like how the cars get so heated. Imagine the entire kitchen coming outside. Everyone is cooking omelets on the car because it's so hot. So yeah.
Awesome. Now let's move a bit out of Mumbai topic, we have covered everything. Anything other than that, science, fiction.
How about mm, something like my father is my superhero and
Yes.
attribute all these superhero qualities to him in the sense when he's dealing with my mother, or I don't know, just out, I can't think of anything
Yes.
right now.
Yeah.
We can use Elon Musk reusable rockets, transit and test.
Mm. You can use time travel.
So how do we draw a difference or draw between exaggeration and over exaggeration? I mean, like time travel is obviously a lie, and I'm not really able to demarcate that difference between going overboard and keeping it an exaggeration.
Right, as I was saying, if you say that I ran from Mumbai to Pune in 4 hours or 5 hours, that is still possible. Millions someone and others to run, right? But if you say I ran from Mumbai to Pune in 5 minutes, that's not believable. Now, in the same way, in time travel, with time travel, it's also about exciting the audience, or um, it's about exciting the audience so that they don't feel it. For example, if I have to speak about time travel, I will say, what is this meeting number?
347.
347, right? Okay. I will say, welcome to
This meeting does not
3000.
have a number.
I mean, yeah, whatsoever it is. Say the meeting number is 347. I will say, welcome to 3347th meeting of the club. We are in 3057, the year. We have traveled the time. Now everyone is thinking, okay, this is 3347th meeting. We are in this year. I'm not actually telling that I have traveled this much. I'm directly taking you there. You got the difference? Had I told you I got into a time machine and I went there, even that is believable, but this is better. So the process to decide this is write a statement. Okay. You can call that as the hypothesis. Hypothesis is something we will test, right? Write a hypothesis and then you think about it. If someone else is saying this statement and I'm listening to it, is this believable? If someone else is telling me I ran from Mumbai to Pune in 5 minutes, that is stupidity. So I will always say I ran from Mumbai to Pune in 5 to 6 hours. That is the way you test it. And then you put the audience in that excitement so that they don't actually realize how much you're exaggerating.
Okay,
Lily is reflecting. Yeah,
I have a question.
sure, Shine.
So making a story is fine, like, selecting a topic, building a story around it is fine. But what I don't understand is the climax. Like, how do you end it, or how do you create that climax? I mean, it's not like it's a moral of the story kind of a situation right now. So can you elaborate on that?
Sure. So the video that we saw just now, he closed it with a surprising fact that he just woke up from the sleep. It was a dream. Now you can close the loop in that way, or you can close with a joke. Now I'll give you an example. How can you close with a joke? I heard one of these speakers speaking about not being in a hurry. Don't worry, why hurry? That was the title. And that was a tall tale, I guess. So, and all his speech, it was about how his mom was getting worried about his scores when he was studying, and he would tell her, don't worry, why hurry? And then it was about not getting a job, and then he tells himself, don't worry, why hurry? And then he is not getting married, and then he again says, don't worry, why hurry? Now towards the end of the speech, how he closed it, now that I got married, my mom called me and she's like, when will you get a kid? When will I become a grandmom? Then he was like, don't worry, why hurry? That's the way you close it. No, this is one more way of closing it. Or sometimes you close with a message. You just state your core message in one statement and you can close it.
But the message can be silly, not necessary that it has to be.
Message has to be, message should not be silly. Message should be substantial. The way you put it could be silly. Now, even in the example that I've just given, the message is not silly. Why worry, no hurry? But the way it is put up, it is humorous or it is exaggerated. That you will
Okay.
get with the help of all these exercises that we have done today, the video that you have watched. There are 4 or 5 videos that I have given in that deck. You go through them, and then
Okay.
that thought process starts to sprout.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you, Santosh.
Any other questions? Any other ideas? We had a lot of ideas on Mumbai locals, Mumbai traffic, Mumbai potholes, Mumbai auto walas, and then on shifting houses in Mumbai or in any other metro. Any other
I have one
ideas?
question.
Yeah, sure,
Got an
Dheeraj.
idea. Yes. So what is basically the purpose of tall tale? Even in normal speeches, we can exaggerate, we can add humor to the speeches. Then why specifically we are calling for tall tale?
Now, tall tale again is a kind of a speech form. And in Toastmasters, it is there because just as a respite from the mundane meetings or respite from the normal contests that we have, it's a fun activity focused completely of course fun with learning, focused completely on exaggerating, and then of course building a narrative that is out of the box most of the times. Thank you, that's a good question. I should have clarified that right at the beginning. It's like you listen to the Ramayana and say or ask, who is Sita? Yeah. Any other questions? We can take one more question. We have Ron. Ron, would you like to share 2 cents on tall tales? I have learned a lot from Ron. If you are there here with your video on or with your video off.
Arvind Nair is also in.
Yeah. I was about to go to him.
I think Ron is not available.
I think Ron is not around. So Arvind, would you like to share your 2 cents on Tall Tales. If you are around.
Thank you. I just joined the meeting. I was in another meeting and suddenly remembered that I had to join this. So probably I wouldn't have heard most of your speech, but except some of the questions that you were answering. I remember when I was asked to do the Tall Tales project and I fell flat on my face because I really did not know what it was, even though I had read the requirements. It's not an easy thing. And like many of you say, if it's a project and you can incorporate it into your speech, great. But why do we have contests? There was a question that was asked. It's a contest. You compete with yourself or with others to better yourself. And when you make it a practice, it becomes so nice that you become the center of any party or any club or whatever you do. People look up to you and they begin to ask you, how do you do it? And that's the very reason why Santosh is here, because he has been doing this and participating, and now he's sharing the thing with us. So that was great. Good questions coming up, I should say. That's all I have to say, Santosh. Thank you, and over to
Thank
you.
you. Thanks a lot, Arvind. Okay. So any other questions? One final call. I'm feeling like that Indigo guy. Awesome. So thank you so much. And over to Libby.
Thank you, DTM Santosh, for that very enlightening session. I mean, thanks to you, now we know the difference between a normal story, an exaggerated story, and a total lie. The various activities that you made us do has definitely got us scratching our brains, and hopefully it'll give us the impetus to start thinking in the lines of Tall Tales. And by the time it is time for us to give our uh, contest, hopefully we will have more Tall Tales other than the Mumbai local trains. Thank you so much for gracing us with your presence. That's it. With that, I close this meeting, and Dharmesh, you can stop recording.
Okay.
And we will open the floor for networking.